Imagine logging into your wallet next year and seeing 1,000 Pi tokens sitting there. The price? Not just a few cents or even a dollar, but potentially life-changing. You start doing the math in your head, wondering, what could this actually be worth by 2026? Did this free token I mined on my phone really turn into something valuable? In this video, we're diving deep into Pi Network and what your 1,000 Pi could be worth by the beginning of 2026. We'll break down Pi's transition to mainnet, its live price action, real-world integrations, utility, adoption trends, and realistic price predictions based on how the project is unfolding in 2025. Now, before we continue, I just want to say, if you're into crypto trading like I am, I use WEEX. It's a solid exchange with deep liquidity, low fees, and a huge range of coins. You can grab up to $30,000 in sign-up bonuses and even trade with up to 400x leverage. Best part? No KYC required. Sign up with the link in the description to claim your rewards. All right, let's get into it. Pi Network began in 2019 with a radical idea: mobile-first mining without expensive hardware. It gained traction quickly, and by 2025, it had amassed over 50 million users. After years in testnet, the long-awaited mainnet is now fully live. As of now, Pi is trading at approximately $0.584, with a market cap of around $4.34 billion. The circulating supply sits near 7.44 billion tokens. That means your 1,000 Pi is worth about $584 today. Not bad for a token many people mined on their phones for free just a few years ago. That shift from theory to reality changed everything. We're no longer talking about an experimental mobile app. We're looking at a tradable cryptocurrency with growing utility. Exchanges like HTX, Bitmart, and others now support Pi trading pairs. And while listings remain limited compared to top-tier coins, the volume is steadily climbing. But Pi isn't just about trading. The team has launched an entire ecosystem around it. Inside the Pi browser, apps like PiChain Mall, Fireside Forum, and Pcare allow users to spend, tip, or exchange Pi for real services. This is where it gets serious, because these apps make Pi useful, not just speculative. In early 2025, the Pi developer community rolled out the Pi Bridge, enabling wrapped Pi on Ethereum and BNB Smart Chain. This opened up access to DeFi, liquidity pools, and broader token swaps. Meanwhile, Pi-based micropayments have become increasingly common in regions with limited access to traditional banking. It's a clear example of crypto solving real problems. A big development came in Q2 2025 when a Southeast Asian retailer began piloting Pi payments in 50,000+ stores. That move gave users the ability to buy everyday items with Pi, anchoring it to real economic activity. In June, a blockchain gaming company announced full integration of Pi as an in-game currency across its titles. These integrations are laying the foundation for long-term demand. Let's talk tokenomics. Pi's total max supply is 100 billion, but a large portion of that remains locked or reserved. Circulating supply is controlled through mining rates, developer allocation schedules, and gradual unlocks. About 0.5 billion Pi unlock each quarter. If demand keeps rising as utility expands, this supply will be absorbed rather than dumped, supporting price stability. So where could Pi be heading by early 2026? In a conservative scenario, adoption slows. Fewer apps gain traction and exchange listings remain limited. Pi holds between $20 and $30, and your 1,000 Pi might be worth that much in fiat. It's not dramatic, but it's steady. In a more realistic mid-range case, Pi hits its stride. More countries roll out Pi payments, new apps launch in the Pi ecosystem, and developers continue to migrate toward its mobile-first design. At this stage, Pi could rise to the $50 to $75 range. That turns your 1,000 Pi into a meaningful portfolio asset. And in a bullish scenario, Pi reaches true mass adoption. It becomes a go-to currency for microtransactions, in-app purchases, and cross-border payments. Brands integrate it, DeFi activity surges, and developers flock to build on its low-fee, energy-efficient chain. If that happens, we could see Pi trading above $100, putting your 1,000 Pi into six-figure territory. Of course, nothing is guaranteed. Regulatory uncertainty remains. Governments could target large-scale airdrops or mobile-first models for scrutiny. There's also competition. Solana Pay, Ton, and even Web2 players like PayPal and Apple Pay are building digital wallet ecosystems that could compete directly with Pi. Pi must carve out a niche, and fast. Technical development matters too. So far, Pi Network has maintained a solid pace, rolling out network upgrades that improved speed, scalability, and cross-app compatibility. Future plans include zero-knowledge privacy tools and smart contract frameworks for developers. The sentiment within the Pi community is overwhelmingly positive. Telegram groups boast millions of active members, and global hackathons have spawned hundreds of app prototypes. Universities in Europe and Asia are even testing Pi for supply chain verification and device authentication. So what's the takeaway? Pi Network is no longer a what-if. It's live, it has a price, it has real apps, a roadmap, and growing adoption. If it stays on this trajectory, its upside by 2026 could be massive. Even if it just grows moderately, it's already delivered more than many early adopters expected. Your 1,000 Pi could become a footnote or a foundation. Drop your prediction in the comments. Where do you see Pi heading over the next year? And if you're building with Pi or using it daily, let us know your experience. Hit like, subscribe for more deep dives into under-the-radar altcoins, and I'll catch you in the next video.